Book title, Heavens Forsaken, The Agony of an Eternal Love, Book 1, Prologue. Interior dark cave night. The flickering light of a single torch casts eerie shadows on the walls of an ancient hidden cave. The air is thick with the scent of old stone and forgotten memories. At the center of the cave stands a small weathered table with a single goblet resting upon it. An unknown being, cloaked in shadows, sits behind the table, its features obscured by darkness. A figure steps into the cave, his footsteps echoing softly. His presence exudes an angelic aura that is neither entirely human nor divine. His face is drawn with anguish, his eyes haunted by centuries of pain and loss. He approaches the table with hesitant steps, his every movement heavy with weariness. Unknown being, voice resonant, almost soothing. You have come far, seeker of oblivion. What brings you to the edge of forgetting? The man stands before the table, his gaze fixed on the goblet. He takes a deep breath, his voice trembling with desperation. Unnamed man. My suffering, it is unbearable. I have walked this world for centuries, watching the one I love die over and over again. Each death, each loss, is a wound that never heals. I cannot escape this torment. Please, help me forget. The unknown being leans forward slightly, the faintest glimmer of eyes visible in the darkness. There is a hint of curiosity in its voice. It's one unknown being, pain such as yours is rare. Many would cherish the memories of love, even fleeting. Yet you seek oblivion. Why? The man clenches his fists, his voice raw with emotion. Unnamed man. To remember is to relive the agony. Every moment of joy is overshadowed by the certainty of loss. I see her face in my dreams, hear her voice in the wind, and yet I can never hold her. Each century she is taken from me, and I am left to endure the emptiness. I can't bear it any longer. I want to forget everything. The unknown being studies him, its eyes reflecting a mix of pity and intrigue. Unknown being. To drink from the waters of Lethe is to forsake all that you have been, all that you have known. The sweetness of love, the lessons of pain, the very essence of your existence, gone. Do you truly wish to abandon your past, your identity? The man nods, his resolve hardening, despite the fear in his eyes. His voice is steady, but there is a tremor of desperation. Unnamed man. Yes, I can't continue like this. The pain is too much. I want to forget everything. The unknown being extends a hand towards the goblet, its fingers long and almost skeletal. It picks up the goblet and holds it out to the man. Unknown being. Very well, drink, and let the waters of forgetfulness cleanse your soul of its burdens. But remember, what you seek to forget may also hold the key to your salvation. The man reaches out, his hand trembling as he grasps the goblet. He lifts it to his lips, pausing for a moment as he closes his eyes, steeling himself for what is to come. He takes a deep breath, then with a single, determined motion, he drinks deeply from the goblet. The cave seems to pulse with an otherworldly energy as the man consumes the liquid. His eyes widen and slowly close as a profound sense of peace washes over him. The goblet slips from his grasp, clattering to the floor. Unknown being, may you find the solace you seek, nameless one. The man collapses to the ground, unconscious. The cave grows silent once more, save for the distant drip of water echoing through the darkness. The unknown being watches over him, a mysterious smile playing on its lips as the scene fades to black. Interior dark cave, earlier. The scene rewinds to the moments before the man's arrival. The unknown being sits alone, its form shifting subtly as if preparing for something significant. The atmosphere in the cave grows heavier, charged with anticipation. Unknown being. To itself, almost a whisper. Another soul seeking release. How many have walked this path before him? Exterior desert, night. The man, weary and desperate, trudges through a vast, empty desert. The moonlight casts a silver glow on the sand, illuminating his path. His clothes are worn and tattered, his steps faltering with exhaustion. Each step seems to echo the weight of his centuries-long journey. Unnamed man, muttering to himself, I must find it. I must forget. Interior dark cave night. The man reaches the entrance of the cave, his breath ragged and shallow. He hesitates for a moment, sensing the ancient power within. Summoning the last of his strength, he steps inside. As he moves deeper into the cave, he hears whispers, faint echoes of the past. They speak of love, loss, and the unending pain that has brought him here. Whispers you seek to forget, but can you truly abandon all that you are? The man shakes his head, trying to silence the voices. He continues forward until he reaches the small, weathered table. The unknown being awaits, its presence both comforting and foreboding. Unknown being. You have come far, seeker of oblivion. What brings you to the edge of forgetting? Unnamed man, my suffering. It is unbearable. I have walked this world for centuries, watching the one I love die over and over again. Each death, each loss is a wound that never heals. I cannot escape this torment. Please, help me forget. Unknown being. Pain such as yours is rare. Many would cherish the memories of love, even fleeting, yet you seek oblivion. Why? Unnamed man. To remember is to relive the agony. Every moment of joy is overshadowed by the certainty of loss. I see her face in my dreams, hear her voice in the wind, and yet I can never hold her. Each century she is taken from me, and I am left to endure the emptiness. I can't bear it any longer. I want to forget everything. Unknown being. To drink from the waters of Lethe is to forsake all that you have been, all that you have known. The sweetness of love, the lessons of pain, the very essence of your existence, gone. Do you truly wish to abandon your past, your identity? Unnamed man. Yes, I can't continue like this. The pain is too much. I want to forget everything. Unknown being. Very well. Drink and let the waters of forgetfulness cleanse your soul of its burdens. But remember, what you seek to forget may also hold the key to your salvation. The man reaches out, his hand trembling as he grasps. He lifts it to his lips, pausing for a moment as he closes his eyes, steeling himself for what is to come. He takes a deep breath, then with a single, determined motion, he drinks deeply from the goblet. The cave seems to pulse with an otherworldly energy as the man consumes the liquid. His eyes widen, then slowly close as a profound sense of peace washes over him. The goblet slips from his grasp, clattering to the floor. Unknown being. May you find the solace you seek, nameless one. The man collapses to the ground, unconscious. The cave grows silent once more, save for the distant drip of water echoing through the darkness. The unknown being watches over him, a mysterious smile playing on its lips as the scene fades to black. Interior dark cave, moments later. The unknown being rises from its seat, moving silently to the man's side. It gazes down at him, a complex mix of emotions flickering across its hidden face. Unknown being, to itself. So many seek to forget, yet few understand the true cost. Will he find peace, or will he discover that some memories cannot be erased? The unknown being gently places a hand on the man's forehead, its touch imbued with a strange, comforting warmth. The man stirs slightly, a faint smile forming on his lips as the burden of his memories begins to lift. Unknown being, rest now, weary soul. The journey of forgetting is just as arduous as the journey of remembering. The cave remains silent, save for the gentle breathing of the man and the distant drip of water. The torchlight flickers, casting fleeting shadows that dance across the ancient walls. As the man sleeps, the unknown being returns to its place behind the table, watching over him with an air of solemn guardianship. The scene lingers, capturing the fragile peace that has settled over the cave. Fade to black. Book title Heavens Forsaken, The Agony of an Eternal Love. Written and copyright by A. A. Castor. Book 1, Scene 1, Awakening Exterior City Park, Day. The man awakens on a bench in the middle of a bustling city park. He is dressed in tattered clothes that hint at a time long past. Around him, people go about their business, paying him no heed. Manspove. The world is a blur of colors and sounds. Modern buildings, cars, and people in contemporary clothing overwhelm his senses. He touches the bench, the grass, and the tree beside him, trying to anchor himself. Man, where am I? He stands unsteady on his feet and begins to wander. The people around him give him curious glances, but quickly move on. He stumbles upon a fountain in the center of the park. The water's sparkle catches his eye, and he moves closer. Man looks at his reflection in the water. He sees a face that is both familiar and strange. His brow furrows as he struggles to recall anything about himself. A child runs by, laughing, chasing after a ball. The child accidentally bumps into the man, startling him. "Sorry, mister." The man watches the child run off, a small smile tugging at his lips. He takes a deep breath and tries to gather his thoughts. Man, to himself. Who? Who am I? Azazel, appearing as an ordinary-looking man, approaches from the other side of the fountain. He has a mischievous glint in his eye and a knowing smile. He casually sits on the edge of the fountain, observing the man with amusement. Azazel lost, are we? The man turns sharply, his eyes narrowing at the stranger. Do I know you? Azazel chuckles, shaking his head. Azazel, not yet, but you will. I'm Azazel, and you, my friend, are in for quite a journey. The man looks at Azazel, suspicion mingling with curiosity. Man, Azazel. Why do I feel like I should know that name? Azazel stands and extends his hand. Come on, let's get you up to speed. You have a lot to remember and even more to do. Hesitantly, the man takes Azazel's hand. As they walk together through the park, the man glances around, trying to piece together the fragments of his scattered mind. Where am I? Oh, welcome to the modern world. It's going to be quite an adventure. Cut to exterior cities, day. Azazel leads the man through the bustling streets that have pointing out various things and explaining the basics of the modern world. The man listens intently, absorbing every word. Azazel, there's a lot you need to know, but don't worry, we've got time. Just take it one step at a time. The man nods, his mind racing with questions. They pass by a newsstand, and the man stops to look at the headlines. He sees images and words that are both alien and fascinating to him. Man, this world, it's so different. How long have I been away? Azazel, a long time. Centuries, in fact. But don't let that overwhelm you. We'll take it slow. As they continue walking, the man begins to notice the small details, the hum of electricity, the buzz of conversations, the advertisements flashing on screens. Everything is new and yet strangely familiar. Azazel, you're starting to remember bits and pieces, aren't you? Man, yes. But it's all fragmented, like pieces of a puzzle that don't quite fit together. That's to be expected. Your memories will come back in time. For now, focus on adapting to this world. They stop in front of a small cafe. Azazel gestures for the man to sit at an outdoor table. A waiter approaches, and Azazel orders coffee for both of them. Man, coffee. I think I remember this. Azazel, good. Small steps. You'll find that some things haven't changed as much as you think. The coffee arrives, and the man takes a tentative sip. The taste triggers a flash of memory, a different time, a different place, sharing coffee with someone he loved. Man, Beatrice. Azazel raises an eyebrow, intrigued. Ah, so you do remember something, Beatrice. She's a significant part of your past, isn't she? Yes, but it's also hazy. Who is she? Why do I feel such pain? Beatrice is the reason you're here, the reason you sought oblivion. She's at the heart of your suffering and perhaps your redemption. The man looks into his coffee cup, the swirling liquid reflecting the turmoil in his mind. He takes another sip, trying to steady himself. Man, I need to know more. I need to understand. Azazel. Azazel. And you will. But first, you need to regain your strength. This world can be unforgiving to those who are unprepared. They sit in silence for a moment, the noise of the city surrounding them. The man's mind races with questions, but for now, he focuses on the simple act of drinking his coffee. Man, thank you, Azazel, for helping me. Azazel smiles, a hint of mischief in his eyes. Azazel, don't thank me yet. We've only just begun. Fade out. Book title, Heaven's Forsaken, The Agony of an Eternal Love. Written and copyright by A. Castor. Book 1, Scene 2, Azazel appears, exterior city park, day. BL and Azazel continue walking through the bustling city park, the vibrant life around them contrasting with BL's inner turmoil. BL, Azazel, you said I have a lot to remember. What exactly do you mean by that? Azazel, you've been wandering the earth for centuries, BL, cursed by God for your transgression. You've forgotten everything because of your suffering, and it's time you remember. BL, cursed by God? What did I do? You were punished unjustly. The angels, your former friends, were jealous because you were loved by God. They lied about you, twisted the truth, and now you suffer because of their betrayal. I was loved by God? What did they accuse me of? They claimed you were conspiring against heaven, plotting to overthrow the order. None of it was true, of course, but they convinced God otherwise. BL. This all sounds impossible. Azazel. Impossible? Says the fallen angel talking to a demon in a public park. Come on, BL. You've seen stranger things. I don't remember any of it. How do I even start to believe this? You start by trusting me. I've been with you through it all, even if you don't remember. We've got work to do, and it starts with you getting your memory back. BEL. Why are you helping me? Because, my friend, it's not just your curse we're dealing with. It's also mine, and freeing you might just free me too. They sit on a nearby bench. Azazel's demeanor is casual, almost light-hearted, despite the gravity of the situation. What do I do now? We start by getting you familiar with this world again. Then we figure out how to break this curse. It's going to be a journey, BL, but you're not alone. I'm here to guide you. BL, where do we begin? Azazel. First, we need to find some answers, and I know just the place to start. Cut to exterior old library, night. The old library stands imposingly against the night sky. Its grand Gothic architecture hints at the ancient knowledge stored within. Azazel leads Baal up the stone steps and through the heavy wooden doors. Interior, old library, night. The interior is dimly lit, with rows upon rows of dusty books and scrolls. The smell of old parchment fills the air. Azazel guides Baal to a secluded corner where an ancient leather-bound tome rests on a pedestal. Azazel. This is where we start. This book holds the key to unlocking your memories and eventually breaking the curse. Baal looks at the tome, a mix of fear and hope in his eyes. What do I need to do? Open it and start reading. It's not going to be easy, but it's the first step. Baal hesitates, then reaches out and opens the book. The pages are filled with strange symbols and writings, but as he stares at them, fragments of his past begin to flicker in his mind. Baal, I think I remember something. Azazel, good. Keep going. We're just getting started. As Baal continues to read, more memories surface, fragmented and elusive, but there. Azazel watches him closely, ensuring that nothing about Beatrice comes to the forefront of his mind. Azazel, let's move on to something else for now. Too much at once might overwhelm you. Baal reluctantly closes the book, looking at Azazel with a mixture of confusion and determination. What's next? Azazel, next we need to gather some artifacts. They will help you channel your power and remember more. Follow me. Cut to exterior. Abandoned warehouse, night. The abandoned warehouse is vast and empty, with broken windows and decaying walls. Azazel and Baal set up a makeshift altar in the center, using various artifacts they've gathered. They draw complex symbols on the floor with chalk and light candles around the perimeter. Azazel, this is it. Once we begin, there's no turning back. Are you ready? I don't know, but if it helps me remember, if it helps me understand, then yes, I'm ready. Good. Then let's begin. Azazel starts chanting in a forgotten language, the words reverberating through the warehouse. The candles flicker and the air grows thick with energy. Baal watches, feeling a strange pull within him. Azazel, focus. Draw on the power within you. You were once Beelzebub, the mightiest of Lucifer's generals. That power is still there, waiting to be awakened. Baal closes his eyes, trying to tap into the latent energy within him. He feels a surge of power, a connection to something ancient and vast. Baal, I can feel it, but it's so faint. Azazel, keep trying. The ritual will help you remember. It will help you reclaim your power. The symbols on the floor begin to glow, and a faint, ethereal light surrounds Baal. He grits his teeth, focusing all his will on the task at hand. I remember battles, victories, and losses. I remember their faces. Azazel, yes! Hold on to those memories. Use them to fuel your power. The light intensifies, and Baal's aura begins to shift, becoming more defined and powerful. He opens his eyes, now glowing with an inner fire. Baal, I am Beelzebub. I am Lucifer's right hand, and I will free him. The energy in the warehouse reaches a crescendo, the ground shaking and the air crackling with electricity. The ritual is nearly complete. Azazel, just a little more. Hold on. Suddenly, there is a blinding flash of light and the energy dissipates. Baal collapses to the ground, panting and exhausted. Azazel kneels beside him, a look of triumph on his face. Azazel, you did it. You've begun to awaken your true power. But did it work? Is Lucifer free? Not yet. This was just the first step. There are more rituals to perform, more power to gather, but we're on the right path. I remember more now, but it's still fragmented. What do we do next? We keep going. We gather more artifacts, perform more rituals, and in the process, you'll regain your strength and your memories. Baal nods, determination replacing the earlier confusion in his eyes. Then let's not waste any time. We have a lot of work to do. Fade out. Book title, Heaven's Forsaken, The Agony of an Eternal Love. Written and copyright by A. Castor. Book 1, Scene 3, Fragmented Memories. Interior Old Library, night. Baal stands in the dimly lit library, the ancient tome before him. As he reads the strange symbols and writings, fragments of his past begin to flicker in his mind. The room around him fades, replaced by vivid, disjointed memories. Flashback 1. Exterior, medieval castle, night. Beal, dressed in medieval armor, stands in a grand hall. The walls are adorned with tapestries, and a roaring fire casts flickering shadows. He gazes across the room at a beautiful woman, Beatrice, dressed in a flowing gown. She smiles warmly at him. Beatrice Beal, you've returned. I feared you wouldn't come back. Biel approaches her, his heart swelling with love and relief. Biel, I could never stay away, Beatrice. Not from you. They embrace, and the scene shifts abruptly. Interior old library, night. Biel snaps back to the present, his hands gripping the edges of the tome. He takes a deep breath, steadying himself. Azazel watches him closely, noting the effect the memories have on him. Azazel, what did you see? A castle. Beatrice. She was there. We were together. Azazel's expression darkens slightly, but he quickly masks it with a concerned look. Keep going. There's more to uncover. Flashback 2. Exterior ancient forest day. Biel and Beatrice walk hand in hand through a dense ancient forest. Sunlight filters through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the ground. They laugh and talk, their bond evident in their every gesture. Beatrice. Tell me about the stars, Biel. You speak of them so fondly. Biel looks up, his eyes filled with wonder. The stars are ancient, just like this forest. They've seen the rise and fall of empires, the birth and death of worlds. They remind me that even in darkness, there's light. Beatrice squeezes his hand, her eyes filled with love and admiration. Beatrice, you always find the beauty in everything. The scene shifts again, abruptly. Interior old library night. Biel gasps, his mind reeling from the intensity of the memory. Azazel places a hand on his shoulder, grounding him. Azazel, focus, Biel. These memories are the key to understanding your past. I remember her voice. She was so full of life. Azazel, and that life is part of what you need to reclaim your strength. Flashback 3. Interior ancient temple, night. Biel and Beatrice stand before an altar in an ancient temple. Candles flicker around them, casting a warm glow. Biel holds a small, intricately carved box, offering it to Beatrice. Biel, this is for you, Beatrice, a symbol of my love and devotion. Beatrice opens the box to reveal a delicate necklace with a pendant shaped like a star. Beatrice, it's beautiful. Biel, thank you. She kisses him, and the intensity of their love is palpable. The scene fades. Interior old library, night. Biel's hands shake as he closes the tome. He looks at Azazel, his eyes filled with confusion and longing. Biel, she was everything to me. I can feel it. But why do these memories bring so much pain? Azazel hesitates, carefully choosing his words. Azazel, because they're tied to your suffering. The angels, your former friends, used your love for Beatrice against you. They lied, twisted the truth, and turned your greatest strength into your greatest weakness. But why would they do that? Azazel, jealousy, Baal. They couldn't stand that you were loved by God, so they orchestrated your downfall. Baal clenches his fists, the frustration and anger building within him. Flashback 4. Exterior battlefield. Day, Baal, in full battle armor, stands in the midst of a chaotic battlefield. He fights valiantly, his sword clashing against enemy blades. Amidst the carnage, he catches a glimpse of Beatrice, standing at the edge of the battlefield, watching him with a mixture of fear and hope. Biel. Stay back, Beatrice. It's too dangerous. Beatrice hesitates, then steps forward, determined to reach him. Beatrice, I'm not leaving you, Biel. The scene shifts once more. Interior old library, night. Biel's breathing is heavy, his mind racing with the flood of memories. He slams the tome shut, unable to continue. Biel. I remember the battles, the pain, and Beatrice. Always Beatrice. Azazel nods, his expression somber. These memories are painful, but they're necessary. You need to remember who you were to become who you're meant to be. But I still don't understand why I'm being punished. Azazel, the truth will come in time. For now, focus on reclaiming your strength. We need to prepare for the rituals ahead. Flashback 5. Exterior meadow. Sunset. Biel and Beatrice lie on a blanket in a serene meadow, the sky painted with the colors of sunset. They talk softly, sharing dreams and secrets. I wish this moment could last forever. Beatrice, so do I, Biel. But even if it can't, we'll always have our memories. Biel leans in, kissing her tenderly. The scene fades, leaving behind a lingering sense of loss. Interior old library, night. Biel stands, looking out the window at the darkened city. His heart aches with the weight of his fragmented memories. Biel, I need to find her, Azazel. I need to know if she's still out there. Azazel's eyes narrow, hiding his concern. Azazel, Focus on the task at hand, Biel. Finding Beatrice can come later. Right now, we need to gather the artifacts and perform the rituals. Biel nods, though a part of him remains unconvinced. He turns back to the tome, determined to uncover more of his past. Fade out. Book title Heavens Forsaken, The Agony of an Eternal Love, written and copyright by A. A. Castor. Book 1, Scene 4, Adjusting to the Modern World. Exterior. City streets, day. Azazel and Baal walk down a bustling street, the noise and activity of the modern world enveloping them. Cars honk, people chatter on their phones, and street vendors call out to passersby. Azazel, welcome to the 21st century, Baal. It's a bit different from the medieval castles and ancient forests you're used to. BL, distracted by a car driving by. What is that? That's a car. Think of it as a horseless carriage. Much faster and less smelly. There's so much noise, so many people. You'll get used to it. Let's start with something simple. They stop in front of a smartphone store. Azazel gestures to the various devices on display. These are smartphones. They're like tiny, portable libraries that can also communicate with people all over the world. BL. How does it work? Here, let me show you. Interior smartphone store, day. Azazel walks BL through the basics of using a smartphone. BL clumsily taps the screen, accidentally activating various apps and functions. You're getting the hang of it. Just remember, don't press too many buttons at once. Bill, confused by a selfie app? Why is there a tiny version of me on this screen? Azazel, that's a selfie. People take pictures of themselves and share them with others. It's a big part of modern culture. Why would anyone want to do that? Good question. Some things even I don't fully understand. They leave the store. BL now holding a smartphone, still trying to comprehend its many functions. Exterior. Coffee shop, day. They stop at a coffee shop. Azazel orders 2 lattes, and they sit at an outdoor table. BL takes a tentative sip of his coffee, his eyes widening in surprise. BL. This is different. Azazel. It's called coffee. It's one of the things that makes this century worth enduring. I think I like it. Good. Now let's talk about some other aspects of modern life. Exterior supermarket, day. They walk through the aisles of a supermarket. BL is fascinated by the sheer variety of products. There are so many choices. How do people decide? Azazel, sometimes they don't. They just stand there overwhelmed. But you'll figure it out. Picking up a can of soup. What's this? Canned soup. It's food that's been preserved so it lasts longer. Just heat it up and it's ready to eat. Incredible. Interior apartment, night. They enter a modest apartment that Azazel has set up for BL. It's basic but comfortable with modern furnishings. This will be your home for now. It's not a castle, but it's got everything you need. BL walking around inspecting everything. It's cozy. Azazel, and here's something that will make your life a lot easier. Azazel hands BL a remote control and points to the TV. This is a television. It shows moving pictures and sounds, kind of like a play but on a screen. BL, fumbling with the remote. How do I make it work? Press this button. The TV turns on, showing a news broadcast. BL watches in awe as images and sounds come to life on the screen. BL. This is amazing. Azazel, it can be entertaining and informative, but it can also be very distracting, so don't let it consume all your time. Interior gym, day. Azazel takes BL to a gym. The room is filled with people working out on various machines. BL looks around, puzzled. What are they doing? Azazel. Exercising. It's how people stay fit and healthy in this world. Azazel shows BL how to use some of the equipment. BL struggles at first, causing some humorous moments as he gets tangled in a jump rope and nearly falls off a treadmill. It's all about balance and coordination. You'll get the hang of it. I feel like a fool. We all do at first. Just keep at it. Exterior city street, night. They walk through the city at night, the neon lights reflecting off the wet pavement. They stop at a food truck where Azazel orders them tacos. Azazel, you've got to try this. It's called a taco. BL takes a bite, his eyes widening in delight. This is delicious. See? The modern world has its perks. Interior cinema, night. They enter a cinema where Azazel buys tickets for a movie. They sit in the darkened theater watching a blockbuster action film. BL is captivated by the special effects and the story unfolding on the screen. This This is incredible, lad. It's like magic. Azazel movies are a big part of modern culture. They tell stories just like the bards and playwrights of your time. Exterior rooftop night. They end the day on the rooftop of BL's apartment building, looking out over the city. The skyline is illuminated by thousands of lights, a testament to human ingenuity. BL. There's so much to learn, so much to see. I feel like I'm starting all over again. Azazel. You are. But you're not alone. I'm here to help you navigate this world to find your place in it. BL. Thank you, Azazel, for everything. Azazel, don't mention it. Now get some rest. Tomorrow we start the real work. Fade out. Book title, Heaven's Forsaken, The Agony of an Eternal Love. Written and copyright by A.A. Castor. Book 1, Scene 5. A Cry for Help. Interior BL's apartment, night. BL is asleep in his bed, the room silent except for the occasional hum of the city outside. His sleep is restless, his face twitching as he slips into a dream. Interior dreamscape, night. BL finds himself in a surreal, misty landscape. The air is thick with a palpable tension. He looks around, confused and wary. Suddenly he hears a faint cry for help.
Beatrice! BL, help me!
BL's heart races. He begins to run through the mist, desperately trying to locate the source of the voice. The landscape shifts around him, creating an eerie maze. Beatrice, where are you? The mist parts, revealing Beatrice standing in a clearing, her face pale and filled with fear. She clutches her stomach protectively.
Beatrice?
He rushes to her, wrapping her in his arms. She looks up at him, tears streaming down her face. BL, I losel and I'm so scared. I'm pregnant. BL's eyes widen in shock and concern. Pregnant? How is that possible? Beatrice. I don't know, but I need you to protect us. There's a great danger coming and I can feel it. BL tightens his embrace, his mind racing. I won't let anything happen to you or our child. I promise. Beatrice looks up at him, her eyes filled with love and desperation. Beatrice, I love you so much, BL. You've always been my protector, my everything. BL caresses her face, his heart aching with a mixture of love and fear. BL, I love you too, Beatrice. More than anything. But I don't understand. Why am I only seeing you now? Beatrice's expression becomes more urgent. You've been cursed, BL. Your memories, your powers, they've been locked away. But I believe in you. You can break free, and you can save us. BL. But how? I don't even know where to start. Start with love, BL. Our love is your strength. Remember that, and use it to find me. The landscape begins to shift again, the mist swirling around them. Beatrice starts to fade away, her voice growing distant. Please, hurry. We don't have much time. BL reaches out, trying to hold on to her. No, don't go. Beatrice, find me, BL. I need you. Interior BL's apartment, night. BL wakes up with a start, drenched in sweat. His heart pounds in his chest as he sits up, his mind reeling from the vivid dream. He can still hear Beatrice's voice echoing in his ears. Beatrice, she's in danger. I have to find her. He gets out of bed, pacing the room as he processes what he has just experienced. The memory of the dream is so real, so intense. Love is my strength. I have to remember that. I have to find her. Determined, he grabs his jacket and heads for the door. As he steps outside into the night, the cool air helps clear his mind. He knows he must act quickly. Exterior city streets, night. BL walks with purpose, his mind focused on the task at hand. He doesn't know where to start, but he knows he must find Beatrice. Interior. Abandoned warehouse, night. BL returns to the warehouse where he and Azazel perform the ritual. He finds Azazel, who looks up, surprised by Baal's sudden appearance. Azazel, Baal? What are you doing here? I had a dream. Beatrice came to me. She's in danger, Azazel. She's pregnant, and she needs my help. Azazel's face hardens for a moment, but he quickly masks his emotions. Azazel, Beatrice, are you sure it was her? Bill, I'm certain. She's out there, and she needs me. We have to find her. Azazel sighs, rubbing his temples as if thinking deeply. All right, BL, we'll find her. But we have to be careful. If she's pregnant, it could complicate things. BL. I don't care about complications. I just need to find her and protect her. Azazel nods, reluctantly. Azazel, very well. Let's get started. They leave the warehouse together, BL's determination fueling their search. The night is filled with uncertainty, but BL knows he cannot rest until he finds Beatrice and ensures her safety. Fade out. Book title, Heaven's Forsaken, The Agony of an Eternal Love. Written and copyright by A. Castor. Book 1, Scene 6. Lucifer's Plan. Interior hellish abyss. Night. The air is thick with smoke and the stench of sulfur. The ground is a cracked, fiery wasteland, illuminated by the glow of molten lava. In the heart of this infernal domain stands a dark, towering fortress. Interior. Dark fortress. Night. The fortress is a maze of shadowy hallways and echoing chambers. At the center, in a grand hall, sits Lucifer on a throne of obsidian. His presence is both majestic and terrifying, exuding an aura of immense power. Bel, looking weary and disheveled, stands before Lucifer, his eyes filled with questions. Bel, voice filled with confusion and frustration. Why am I here, Lucifer? Why are we in this hellish place? Lucifer's gaze is steady, his expression both resigned and resolute. His voice is deep and commanding, carrying a weight of ancient authority. Lucifer, because Baal, it is better to rule in hell than serve in heaven. Baal looks around at the desolate landscape, a hint of bitterness in his voice. Well, you are ruling in the smoke and dirt. What kind of kingdom is this? Lucifer rises from his throne, his figure towering over Baal. He begins to pace, his voice filled with conviction. Authoritative, determined, a kingdom of our own making. We were cast out because we dared to challenge the tyranny of heaven. We were cast out because we sought freedom. Here, in this infernal domain, we have the power to create our own destiny. Baal's eyes narrow, doubt mingling with curiosity. And what destiny is that, Lucifer? Endless suffering? Eternal torment? Lucifer stops pacing and turns to face Baal, his eyes burning with intensity. Lucifer. Oh, Baal. Our destiny is to rise against the very forces that cast us down, to gather our strength and strike back at the heavens. We may be in hell now, but our power grows with each passing moment. Interior war room, night. Lucifer leads Baal to a large table surrounded by several fallen angels, Asmodeus, Mammon, Levelphegor, Baal, and Astaroth. They all look up as Lucifer and Baal enter. Asmodeus, seductive. We were wondering when you'd join us, Baal. Mammon, greedy, calculating. Lucifer has been telling us about the grand plan. It's time we take our place as the rightful rulers. Leviathan, voice envious, and rid ourselves of this wretched place. Belphegor, sighing, as long as it doesn't require too much effort. Baal, smiling wickedly, eager. I'm ready for a fight. Let's see the angels try to stop us. Astaroth, cunning, strategic. Deception and cunning will be our greatest weapons. We must be strategic. Lucifer places a hand on Baal's shoulder, guiding him to a seat at the table. Lucifer, grand, inspiring. Baal, you are my right hand, my most trusted ally. Your strength and leadership will be crucial in rallying our forces. Together we will forge a new destiny. Baal nods, a sense of purpose igniting within him. Baal, then let us begin. Let us gather our strength and prepare for the day when we rise against heaven. Asmodeus, we've been waiting for this moment. It's time to show the angels what we're truly capable of. Mammon, greedy, shrewd. We'll need resources and alliances. I have some ideas on where to start. Leviathan, envious, has always been a powerful motivator. We can use it to our advantage. Belphegor, Muthretic, just let me know when I need to wake up. Baal, laughing, ferocious. I'll be ready to strike when the time comes. Astaroth, cold, calculating. Our deception must be flawless. One mistake could unravel everything. Lucifer looks around the table, his eyes filled with a dark determination. Lucifer, powerful candidate, we will not fail. Together we will rise and heaven will tremble at our might. Asmodeus, I'll handle the hearts and minds. Lust can be a powerful distraction. Mammon, gleeful, avaricious, and I'll secure the wealth we need. Gold and greed can corrupt even the purest souls. Leviathan, malevolent, jealousy is my domain. I'll sow discord among the angels and make them turn against each other. Belphegor, wake me up when the fighting starts. Baal, don't worry, Belphegor. There will be plenty of battles to keep you entertained. Astaroth, focused, serious. I'll ensure our plans are shrouded in lies and deceit. The angels will never see us coming. Lucifer nods approvingly, his confidence bolstered by the resolve of his generals. Lucifer, encouraging. Good. We each have our roles to play. Baal, you will lead our armies. Your power and leadership are unmatched. Baal looks around the table, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. Baal, Firm. I won't let you down, Lucifer. I'll lead our forces to victory. Lucifer. And remember, BL, our greatest weapon is the bond we share. Our unity makes us strong. Asmodeus, coquettish, mischievous. Just imagine the chaos we can create with our combined powers. Mammon, enthusiastic, greedy, angels won't stand a chance. We'll tear down their golden gates and take what's rightfully ours. Leviathan, spiteful, determined. They'll regret ever casting us out. Belphegor, sleepy, indifferent. Sounds like a lot of work, but I suppose it'll be worth it. Baal. For once, Belphegor, I think you're right. Astaroth, faux tense. We must move quickly and strike when they least expect it. Timing is everything. Lucifer leans forward, his eyes blazing with determination. Lucifer, prepare yourselves, my friends. The day of reckoning is upon us. We will rise from these ashes and reclaim our place among the divine. Baal, curious, concerned. And what of the humans? How do they fit into our plan? Lucifer, they are pawns in our game, Baal. Their souls are easily swayed, their hearts easily corrupted. Use them to our advantage. Asmodeus, seductive, manipulative. Humans are driven by desire. I can twist their passions to serve our cause. Mammon, avaricious, strategic, and their greed knows no bounds. With the right incentives, they'll do anything we ask. Leviathan, bitter, calculating. Jealousy will turn them against each other. They'll be too busy fighting among themselves to notice our rise. Belphegor, grinning, lazy, as long as it doesn't require too much effort on my part. Baal, ferocious, eager. We'll give them battles to fight, distractions to keep them occupied. Astaroth, deceptive, sinister, and we'll feed them lies and deceit, keeping them blind to our true intentions. Lucifer stands tall, his presence commanding and fierce. Lucifer, menacing, powerful. Together, we will weave a web so intricate, so deceitful, that neither humans nor angels will see the truth until it is too late. BEL, concerned, strategic. What if the angels suspect our plans? What if they discover our intentions? Lucifer, resolute, determined. Then we must be even more cunning, more ruthless. We cannot afford to show any weakness. Asmodeus, smuctive. I'll ensure their suspicions are diverted. Lust has a way of clouding judgment. Mammon, gleeful, greedy, and I'll make sure their focus is on their own wealth and power, not on us. Leviathan, sneering, malevolent. Envy will tear them apart from within. They won't know who to trust. Belphegor, grinning indifferent. As long as I can take a nap between battles, I'm in. Baal, laughing, ferocious. You'll get your rest, Belphegor. Just be ready when the time comes. Astaroth, deception will be our shield. Lies will be our sword. We will strike from the shadows and leave them grasping at ghosts. Lucifer's eyes gleam with a malevolent light, his voice a whisper that carries a dark promise. Lucifer, menacing, commanding. Prepare yourselves, my generals. Our time is near. We will rise from these infernal depths and bring heaven to its knees. The fallen angels nod in unison, their resolve unshakable. El feels a surge of determination, a fire igniting within him. Be resolute, determined. I will lead our forces with all the strength and cunning I possess. We will reclaim what is rightfully ours, and we will stand united stronger than ever before. Heaven will tremble at our might. Fade out. Interior Bill's apartment night. Beale wakes up with a start, drenched in sweat. His heart pounds in his chest as he sits up, his mind reeling from the vivid dream. He can still hear Beatrice's voice echoing in his ears. Beatrice. She's in danger. I have to find her. He gets out of bed, pacing the room as he processes what he has just experienced. The memory of the dream is so real, so intense. Love is my strength. I have to remember that. I have to find her. Determined? He grabs his jacket and heads for the door. As he steps outside into the night, the cool air helps clear his mind. He knows he must act quickly. Exterior city streets, night. Beale walks with purpose, his mind focused on the task at hand. He doesn't know where to start, but he knows he must find Beatrice. Fade out. Book title, Heavens Forsaken, The Agony of an Eternal Love. Written and copyright by A.A. Castor. Book 1, Scene 7, The Wanderer Exterior. Ancient forest, dusk. The forest is dense and shadowy, with the last light of day barely filtering through the thick canopy of trees. The sounds of wildlife fill the air, creating a sense of both tranquility and unease. Beatrice, a young woman with a brave spirit, navigates the forest, her eyes darting around nervously. Beatrice, to herself, I shouldn't have wandered so far. Mother will be worried. Suddenly, a distant howl pierces the air. Beatrice freezes, her heart pounding as the howls multiply, getting closer. She begins to run, her breath coming in quick, panicked gasps. She stumbles and falls, scraping her knee. Blood seeps from the wound, but she forces herself to stand and continue running. Exterior, deeper into the forest, night. The howls grow louder, and Beatrice's fear intensifies. She can see the glowing eyes of wolves in the distance, closing in on her. She stumbles again, this time unable to get up quickly enough. The wolves emerge from the shadows, growling and snapping at her. Beatrice! Help me! Please help me! Out of the darkness, a tall figure appears. The wanderer steps into the clearing with a calm yet commanding presence. His eyes, a deep, piercing blue, lock onto the wolves. The wanderer, strong and authoritative. Back, creatures of the night. He raises his hand and a faint, glowing light emanates from his palm. The wolves, sensing his power, hesitate, then retreat into the shadows, whining in fear. Beatrice looks up at him, her eyes wide with a mix of fear and awe. The wanderer, gently, Are you all right? Beatrice nods, her voice trembling. Beatrice, thank you. I thought I was going to die. The wanderer kneels beside her, examining her wounds. He places his hand over the scrape on her knee, and a warm, healing light flows from his palm, closing the wound. The wanderer, You're safe now. These woods can be dangerous at night. It's best to travel with care. Beatrice watches in amazement as her wound heals completely. Beatrice, Who are you? Just a wanderer, passing through. He helps her to her feet, his touch gentle but firm. Beatrice looks at him, feeling a strange, inexplicable connection. Beatrice, thank you. Wanderer, I'm Beatrice. The wanderer, Beatrice. A beautiful name. Let's get you back to your family. Exterior, forest edge, night. The wanderer guides Beatrice through the forest, his presence calming her fears. They reach the edge of the forest where the lights of a small village can be seen in the distance. The wanderer, There your home is just beyond those trees. Can you make it the rest of the way? Beatrice nods. But her eyes linger on the wanderer. Beatrice, will I see you again? The wanderer smiles, a hint of sadness in his eyes. The wanderer, perhaps. The world is full of unexpected meetings. Beatrice steps closer, her eyes filled with gratitude and something deeper. Thank you, wanderer, for saving me. The wanderer, Take care, Beatrice. Stay safe. Exterior village, night. Beatrice rushes through the village gates and into the arms of her worried parents. They embrace her tightly, their relief palpable. Beatrice's mother, Beatrice, where have you been? We were so worried. Beatrice, I got lost in the woods, but the wanderer saved me. Her parents exchange confused looks. Beatrice's father, the wanderer? Beatrice, yes, he healed my wounds and brought me back. He's amazing. Interior. Home, night. Later that night, Beatrice lies in bed, her mind racing with thoughts of the wanderer. She feels an inexplicable connection to him, a pull she can't quite understand. She falls asleep, dreaming of his piercing blue eyes and gentle touch. Exterior village, day. In the following days, Beatrice finds herself drawn back to the forest, hoping to see the wanderer again. She wanders the paths they took together, her eyes scanning the trees for any sign of him. Exterior forest clearing. One afternoon, as she explores a clearing, she hears a familiar voice. The wanderer, You should be more careful, Beatrice. These woods can still be dangerous. Beatrice turns, her heart skipping a beat as she sees the wanderer standing there, a small smile on his face. You came back. I never really left. I've been watching over you. Why? The wanderer, gazing at her with warmth. Because I care about you, Beatrice. More than you know. Beatrice steps closer, her eyes searching his. Beatrice. I feel like I've known you forever, like we're connected somehow. The wanderer. Perhaps we are. The world is full of mysteries, and some connections are stronger than time itself. Exterior. Ancient forest. Sunset. As the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the forest, Beatrice and the wanderer walk together, sharing stories and laughter. The bond between them grows stronger with each passing moment. Interior. Beatrice's home. Night. That night, as Beatrice lies in bed, she realizes she has fallen in love with the wanderer. His strength, kindness, and mysterious presence have captivated her heart. Exterior, ancient forest, night. Meanwhile, the wanderer stands at the edge of the forest, looking towards the village. He knows his time with Beatrice is limited, but he cherishes every moment. The stars above seem to shimmer with a knowing light, as if acknowledging their forbidden love. Fade out. Book title Heaven's Forsaken, The Agony of an Eternal Love. Written and copyright by A. Castor. Book 1, Scene 8. The Battle for the Village, Exterior Village, Day. The peaceful village where Beatrice lives is bustling with daily activities. Villagers go about their tasks, unaware of the impending danger. Children play in the fields, women chat while tending to their chores, and men work in the fields and workshops. A sense of foreboding hangs in the air. Interior village chief's house, day. The village chief, an elderly man with a wise and weathered face, gathers the villagers. His voice is grave as he addresses them. Village chief, venerable, concerned. My friends, we have received word that a nearby kingdom plans to attack. They seek to incorporate our village into their kingdom and loot our homes. We must prepare to defend ourselves. The villagers murmur in fear and uncertainty. Among them, Beatrice stands with her parents, looking worried. Villager 1, what can we do? We are simple folk. Villager 2, angry, we won't let them take our homes without a fight. Village chief, we will defend ourselves with all that we have. The guardians will aid us. Trust in them. Exterior. Village outskirts, dusk. The guardians, angelic beings sent by God to guide humanity, stand watch over the village. Their leader, Ariel, a powerful and majestic figure, surveys the horizon with a stern gaze. Beside him stands the Wanderer, his deep blue eyes filled with determination. Ariel, strong, resolute. The enemy is approaching. We must protect this village and its people. The Wanderer. I will fight alongside you, Ariel. These people deserve to live in peace. Exterior village gates. Night. As darkness falls, the enemy army approaches, torches lighting up the night. The villagers, armed with simple weapons, stand ready to defend their home. The guardians take their positions, ready to fight. Enemy commander, menacing booming voice. Surrender now, and your lives will be spared. Village chief, defiant. We will never surrender. This is our home. Exterior, village square, night. A fierce battle ensues. The guardians, with their celestial strength and weapons, fight valiantly against the enemy. The Wanderer stands out, his movements fluid and powerful, striking down enemies with ease. Ariel. Form a line. Protect the villagers. The Wanderer, shouting to the villagers, hold your ground. We will not let them take your home. The clash of swords and the cries of battle fill the air. The Wanderer moves with grace and precision, his sword cutting through the enemy ranks. Ariel fights alongside him, his wings shimmering with divine light. Ariel, guardians, focus your efforts. Protect the weak and drive them back. Interior village homes, night. Inside the village homes, women and children huddle together, listening to the sounds of battle outside. The tension is palpable. Child, scared. Mama, will we be okay? Mother, comfort us. Yes, my love. The guardians will protect us. Exterior village perimeter, night. Beatrice, hiding behind a tree, watches the battle unfold. Her heart pounds as she sees the Wanderer fighting bravely. Suddenly, an enemy soldier breaks through the lines and heads toward her. Beatrice! No! No! The Wanderer, sensing her danger, rushes to her side. He blocks the soldier's attack and swiftly defeats him. The Wanderer, protective. Stay behind me, Beatrice. I was so scared. Thank you. You're safe with me. You're safe with me. I promise. Exterior village center, night. The battle rages on, but the tide turns in favor of the villagers and the guardians. Ariel fights fiercely, his wings glowing with divine light. The enemy forces begin to retreat, overwhelmed by the combined strength of the guardians and the determined villagers. Enemy commander, retreating, angry, fall back. This village is too well defended. Exterior village gates, night. The enemy soldiers flee into the night, leaving the village victorious. The villagers cheer and embrace each other, relief and joy washing over them. Villager 3, excited. We did it. We defended our home. Villager 4, thanks to the guardians. Exterior village, night. As the villagers celebrate, the Wanderer takes Beatrice aside. His expression is intense but tender. The Wanderer, Beatrice, there is something I need to tell you. Beatrice looks up at him, her eyes filled with emotion. What is it? What is it? I love you, Beatrice. From the moment I first saw you, I knew my heart belonged to you. Beatrice's eyes widen in surprise and joy. Beatrice. I love you too, Wanderer. I've felt it since the day you saved me in the forest. They embrace, their love palpable in the cool night air. The stars above shine brightly as if blessing their union. Exterior village square, night. The villagers gather to celebrate their victory. Fires burn brightly, casting a warm glow over the scene. Music and laughter fill the air. Village chief to Ariel. We owe you and your companions our lives. How can we ever repay you? Ariel. There is no need for repayment. We are here to guide and protect. That is our duty. Villager 5. 3 cheers for the guardians. The villagers cheer loudly, their spirits lifted by the presence of their protector. Village else. Night. Later, the Wanderer and Beatrice walk together, hand in hand, under the moonlit sky. They talk softly, sharing their dreams and hopes. The Wanderer. I wish I could stay with you forever, Beatrice, but my duty calls me to wander, to protect and guide others. Beatrice. I understand, but no matter where you go, my heart will always be with you. The Wanderer. Touching her face, and mine with you. Always. Exterior village gates, night. The Wanderer prepares to leave the village. Ariel approaches him, placing a hand on his shoulder. Ariel, we did well tonight. But remember, our love for humanity must be pure. We must not let it lead us astray. Ariel's gaze lingers on a young woman in the crowd, his expression softening momentarily. The Wanderer notices and frowns slightly. The Wanderer. Is everything all right, Ariel? Ariel, quickly regaining composure. Yes, just be mindful of your emotions. They can be our greatest strength, but also our downfall. I will always remember, Ariel. Exterior village gates, night. As the Wanderer leaves, Ariel remains, watching the villagers celebrate. His eyes occasionally flicker to the young woman, his stern facade slipping to reveal a deep, unspoken longing. Fade out. Exterior ancient forest, night. The Wanderer stands at the edge of the forest, looking towards the village. He knows that the future is uncertain, but for now he cherishes the love he has found with Beatrice. The stars above seem to shimmer with a knowing light, as if acknowledging their forbidden love. Fade out.